welcome to Experience Share. My name is Hydraner.
Hydrapple.
Hydrapple.
What a Pokemon that is.
Yeah.
I love that thing.
Kiki's Hydrapple is boss-ass shit. It looks cool. It's got like a million little heads that pop out of the apple.
And when it gets angry or after it kills something, all the other heads come out and they like roar.
Mm-hmm.
Very festive.
Wonder what's going on inside that apple.
Don't know what's going on in there, yeah.
AKA Tanner Greenring. I'm joined as always by my co-host, Tarapagosh.
Terapagos.
Okay, Joshua Fjellstead. You and I have some words that we need to have with one another about Terapagos' viability as a cutie.
Yep, we'll save that.
And the Stellar type's viability as a type.
We'll save that for now.
But first, Joshua, I just want to quickly say that you are a coward.
Excuse me?
You're a coward. You're afraid to face me in battle. And if you weren't a coward, you would fight me right now, and we would just get the battle out of the way, and you would take your beating like a man.
Let's do it.
And we could just move on.
Anytime, any place.
I think I'm going to win. Is that a crazy thing to say? I like my team.
I don't know why you think you're going to win. Our levels are very similar. I think your average level is a little higher, slightly, by like 1 or 2.
I just really like my team. I think they're really good.
I also achieved the first level 100 Pokemon in Experience Share history on air.
Oh, let me see if I have any candies. Maybe I can just push Rabsca
Well, I
up.
did it first either way.
He's at 99 now. I bet I have a rare candy in here somewhere.
All right, bug catchers.
Oh, I don't.
Because Tanner has thrown down the gauntlet, we are going to step into the arena. And I'm sure whatever the result is, that sort of energy will be interspliced throughout the rest of the episode.
I've gone to the yellow pad. I don't know if that does anything.
The final battle.
The Union Circle.
Scarlet and Violet. We should say we're playing.
Oh, we're playing. Oh, this is Scarlet and Violet. It's the final showdown. We've beaten the whole thing. Josh Fjellstead, it's Experience Share, it's Pokemon Podcast. We're almost done with Scarlet Violet, and this is the final battle between our champion teams. As we connect, we should talk about Should we talk about our teams? Yeah. You already started. You have the first level 100 Pokemon, so please regale us, Sir Don Joey.
Are we doing level check?
Yeah, we're going to have to.
What's happening?
We're going to have to. This is the battle.
What are you doing to me?
This is the ultimate battle. We have to talk about the teams we're battling with.
Okay, so we're just doing level check now. You've thrown me for a loop on this finale, where I don't know what the hell's going on here.
Maybe that was the point, just to kind of like keep you on your toes, you know?
It's level check. All right. Spoiler alert, because there were some changes to the knights. Many of them advanced in the chivalric hierarchy. And also one of them has left the knights.
Wow, this late, huh?
Yeah.
Whew.
I can say a number of them are still here. Most of them. The Duke. The most loyal, the Duke. Palmot, level 97. Whole game. Made it.
Your starter's not even on your team.
Nope. Dame Trish of Lavencia, Tinkaton, level 95. Viscount Clodsire, no longer Baron, because he did so well, because Clodsire is level 100.
Oh, of all the Pokemon.
The first level 100 Pokemon
That's odd.
during the run of Experience Share is a Clodsire. How about that? Oh, that reminds me. We wanted to look up competitive play.
Oh, yeah. Scarlet. Here, you keep going through your team.
Earl Arthur, Baxcalibur, level 97, is probably high ranking. And you'll notice Arthur is the Earl now because Earl Jangles had left the team in order to build his horde again, his Dragonly horde. Although he does come back, and he will be back, but he is a Marquas now, Marquas Jangles. And he made it to level 84, and he had to be brought back in to help out the rest of the Knights Errant.
Okay.
But he is not on this final team.
You put him down.
He retired.
Like with one of those things that like...
he got his horde.
The guy in No Country for Old Men uses.
Yeah, that's it.
One of those air rifle or like pneumatic air guns.
No, we would never put him down. He's just, he's resting on his pile of treasures.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we have Baron Esbern, Cyriledge, level 95.
Okay.
And
you got a hole in the team.
I know that there was a whole song and dance last week because we brought in Pot de Mer or whatever.
Toucanon, right.
Toucanon did lead us down an interesting path this week because he knew of the legend of the Treasures of Ruin that Miss Ryfort told Don Joey about. And he actually guided us to all of the ominous stakes, the goldenrod color, I believe.
Can I say something about Miss Ryfort?
Yeah.
I'll talk about it later, but I went to all my classes finally.
Oh my God.
I think Miss Ryfort kind of had a thing for Esteban Humano.
Oh, I can see that.
There was like some flirtation there.
I can definitely see that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was picking up on something.
I mean, she's Don Joey's favorite as well.
It was pretty late at night, but I was like, there's some chemistry here.
Oh, I could see it for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I just want the best for Esteban Humano. You know?
Yeah, everyone does. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah. So, Pot de Mer, what the fuck was his name? Paul de Fur, Paul de Fur, I can't do French, the Toucanon. The Toucanon did lead us to a new knight, and he stepped aside because he knew that once we found this knight, we had to have it.
Okay.
Chien Pao, level 95.
Pao.
Sir
is that the
Saber's Tooth?
Is that the otter?
Sir Saber's Tooth, because it's got two fangs that are swords.
But it's an otter, not a saber tooth.
If you haven't heard its battle cry,
I like it. I like its little Norse spear teeth.
It roars like a mountain lion. It's great. I love this thing. I'm also going to say it's Joshy's sweetie.
Whoa, okay. I like it. Yeah, I like it. I have nothing against it.
Beautiful design. The roar is a delight.
I think they're all kind of cool. I think even that gross snail one's kind of cool.
We liked all of them. I mean, I definitely did. I think all the designs were cool.
Way better than those ugly Kitakami ones. Oh, hated having to spend time with them again this week.
Did you go up against the Disloyal 3?
No, but I watched that video you sent me about the berry.
Yeah.
The mean berry.
Yeah, we'll get into that with the Mochi Mayhem bug catchers. We did do all of the epilogues, as far as I can tell. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, most of them.
So I don't know if there's some other hidden one that we didn't do, but I believe we did all of them. And that is all of my team as well. Don Joey's final Knights are in.
My team, Esteban Humano. Lady Beth, Armor Rouge, level 97. Rick Bingo, King Gambit, level 97. Donna Baker, Meowscarada, level 97. Fiona Eilish, Cornerstone Ogrepon, level 97.
Wow.
Proud Avery, Goldengo, level 97. Gregor Samsa, Rabska, level 99.
Wow.
Rabska, I never even bring out. It's just like...
right up against it, edging.
Yeah. That's what Gregor Samsa is so good at. Well, that's the gift he's brought over from Austria-Hungary.
Yeah.
The art of edging.
That and his cousin or something, Barb.
That's my team. No one could be found.
It's 420-69696. Is that right?
Just 420-69669.
Oh.
I found you. Figured out how to switch my profile picture, but I couldn't figure out how to switch it to anything interesting except the picture of this boy who was standing in front of me. So that's not actually me. It's just some boy.
Oh, yeah. No restrictions. No restrictions. What do you always say? If he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies. Yeah.
What is that from?
Like Rocky IV.
Okay.
Participating team, the current party.
Sally forth onto the field of battle. Your final battle. Oh, wow. Look at your little helmet, your little outfit. I like my outfit. I have the Team Star uniform.
I had that cool Power Ranger low kicks helmet for a while, but I decided it made me look too much like a Daft Punk.
Here we go. It is Baron Clodsire versus Fiona Eilish. Clodsire and Cornerstone Ogrepon.
I don't know. I guess. Sure. Let's do it. I don't know.
What the fuck?
There we go. I'll take that.
What was that, Woodhammer?
Woodhammer. Did a lot of damage to me, too, though.
Got some toxic spikes out, though. But Clodsire level 100 going down in like 2 turns, it looks like, is not ideal, I would say.
Except I only have 1 effective move against you. And it also does damage to me.
Clodsire is down. Level 100. Oh, let's bring him out. Saber's Tooth. Qian Pao.
Okay. Swords of Ruin.
You're gonna get crushed. Oh no, you're terrestrializing? What does that make it, rock?
Yeah.
Good. Very good.
Oh, I was hoping I would go first.
Icicle Crash. Oh, you lived? Oh, but you flinched.
flinched.
Yes.
If I'm not going to go first, what am I going to do? I guess just hope I go first. Or hope you miss.
Sacred Sword takes her out.
My move is super effective, so I would have killed you in 1 hit.
That's what you think. What do you got? Proud Avery. Goldengo. I'm going to miss saying Goldengo every week.
Goldengo.
What? I don't know what that is. Is it just ghost? What is
gold, baby. Pure gold. Snowscape.
Snowscape.
Oh, it started to snow. Oh, it's lovely. It's actually very nice. It's sort of calming.
Power Gem took me down to 69.
Hell yeah.
I probably lived because Snowscape boosted my defense. Throat Chop.
Oof.
Lady Beth. Armarouge. Qian Pao. Ooh, I don't know if I would have brought in another ghost type, man.
She's not ghost.
Yeah, isn't she?
I don't think so, is she? I thought she was fire psychic.
Throat Chop was super effective again.
She's fire psychic.
She lived, though. Oh, well, either way, Dark is super effective on psychic also,
well,
man.
guess what? All my other guys are steel!
Mayhem? You're still getting a matchup mayhem here? And then the poisoning will kill her. Oh, yeah. The battlefield is open. The board is open.
All right, get in there, you little rascal. Get in there, you little rascal.
I gotta bring in Baxcalibur while the snowscapes are going. It's the whole reason I have that move. Rabska versus Baxcalibur. Oh, right. That thing's psychic, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you recall...
You can tell it's the big psychic eyeball.
My Baxcalibur is secretly Dark type. Terra type.
Why would I possibly recall that?
So you're about to get Terra blasted into oblivion.
Why are all you guys so fast?
Rabska's out, Terra blasted with Dark. You know I love speedy guys. I got them all pumped up on Carbos. Plus they're sort of in general, other than Baxcalibur, glass cannons, and Clodsire. Meowscarada, Donna Baker. Play rough. Quite good. Half damage. Icicle Crash. Oh, 1-hit KO again.
Yeah, I don't have anything against you.
It's curtains. Rick Bingo. King Gambit. Now I'm on my back foot. I can't do anything to that, really. Earl Arthur is going to have to sacrifice himself, I think. None of my moves are effective. Guillotine. Themed to the French Olympics.
Oh yeah, that part spooked Miles.
But it did not hit, so... Why don't you just hack away at me?
I don't have anything. The only thing I have is Kowtow Cleave, which is not very effective, so I'm just hoping one of these guillotines hits.
Alright, well if you're doing that, I'm swapping out. Here comes Pawmot, the Duke. Let's end this. Guillotine missed again, obviously. Close combat. King Gambit's out. Rick Bingo. R.I.P.
That's it. That's all my guys.
Rest in petals, Esteban Umano.
All right, that was fine.
Talked a big game.
Yeah.
But I didn't see much of it.
Yeah.
I had 3 left.
I don't have any counters for any of your team. I'm not surprised that it went that way.
Okay, because it seemed sort of like you thought you were really going to crush me, and then...
No. I just like to...
You actually really got crushed.
I didn't actually think I was going to crush you, but I like to put the fear into you, a little bit. Yeah, no, I don't think I was going to win. I didn't think I was going to lose that badly, but...
Yeah. I didn't either, actually.
I don't have any counters for any of your team. and like you have super effective moves against all of my team.
Bringing Chien Pao onto the team was literally a role-playing choice. I was not expecting that Ice and Dark were so effective against your team, but the fact that I had multiple Pokemon with that setup really helped me.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of variety on my team, so it's pretty easy to dismantle.
Anyway, good game. And let's get into this mediocre game.
Good game! I'll tell you who I had no problem with.
Yeah.
Kiki, who I'm up against next. Kieran.
Yes, so we took care of the Elite Four last week in the Blueberry Academy, the Blueberry League Club.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have to take on our ex, Kieran, aka Kiki, the champion.
We have to go back to the middle of the Blueberry and find Kiki and battle him.
Yes.
And I brought out Ogerpon. It's a double battle.
Right.
You do 2 Pokemon at the same time.
That's how they do it over here.
I brought out Ogerpon, and Kiki was so upset about it that he pissed his pants and lost the battle to me.
Oh, does he, is there a custom dialogue if you bring in Ogerpon?
Yeah, he gets really upset.
Oh, man. Oh, I like that they did that.
He's like, I can't believe you would bring Ogerpon into a fight with me. And it was like, well, it's my ringer.
Oh, I see.
What am I supposed to do?
I found it. You've got some nerve bringing out the ogre now of all times. Bringing up the baggage of their relationship, you know?
I did it, though, and I absolutely mopped up with him.
You did it in one shot.
What? Kieran?
This fight?
Yeah.
I got killed.
What was his team? Let's look at his team real
He's
quick.
got level 80 Politoed, level 80 Dragonite. Those are the openers. And then level 81 Porygon Z, level 81 Incineroar, level 81 Grimmsnarl, level 82 Hydrapple, which is secretly a fighting Terra type.
Yeah.
In general, the Politoed and the Dragonite were a great combo, and they took out a couple. Porygon Z and Incineroar were not as much trouble, but then Grimmsnarl, just the Dark Fairy matchup combo is tough. And then Hydrapple, I just was so back-footed by the time I made it to Hydrapple coming out that it just, like, creamed me.
Yeah.
And this is where Don Joey brought back Komo-O, Earl Jangles, and this is how he got his Marquas upgrade, because we needed more dragon and fighting to deal with this team. Toucannon was not super helpful.
Yeah.
And after I brought in Komo-O for the rematch, then I took him down. But it was still dicey. Like, this was a good fight, and my levels were even 2 or 3 above all of his Pokemon. And I think even on the rematch, he got me down to like I think the remaining one was like literally just Clodsire, I think, which is why I was so upset in our battle about his performance.
Oh, yeah. He went down pretty quickly.
But he was very good in the game. Although, did you look up the competitive play? Like, is Clodsire?
Very briefly.
What's the OU?
I don't think you're going to be pleased. I looked up on one website, so this is not like verified. But here, in the tier list, Clodsire's like C.
Oh, okay.
I didn't look it up on like Smogon.
I mean, that makes sense to me based on like...
Let's look him up.
You know, it was decent in the game, but competitively, as I just did, it was not good.
Smogon. How do you even use this website? Here we go. Clodsire.
Clodsire is in the OU category. Like, a lot of people use it, overused. Goldengo is as well. And King Gambit. I'm not surprised about that.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't surprise me.
And Meowscarada. Wow, your team is...
Oh, you know what? That doesn't surprise me either, because I still do the raids, and I do see a lot of King Gambits and Meowscaradas.
Ogerpon with the Wellspring mask, specifically, is OU as well.
That's the one I mostly use.
That's what you usually use, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. OU.
So the only one on my team is Clodsire? What the fuck?
Well, interesting. Sounds like 2 very competitive teams with 2 very incompetent people at the helm.
Yeah. I didn't love this team, I would say. Like, I actually did like, in general, a lot of the new Pokemon that are in this game, but I don't think that this is my best combination of Pokemon throughout this series. However, I do think it fits with Don Joey. Like, it fits the theme of this character by the end. And I like these Pokemon individually, but I do not think this is like a great combo.
Oh, I think most of mine are not very nice to look at, actually, or kind of be around or be in the company of. I actually think King Gambit kind of sucks conceptually and to look at.
Really?
It's just so much happening. Like, why is he sitting on the little hair and like...
It's too much for you?
It's just a lot, you know? I don't know. I like Armor Rouge a lot.
Yeah, Armor Rouge...
It's like a little mega mim.
I think is my favorite on your team.
And like Ogerpon is just so like confusing. There's just a lot happening.
I think Cyril Edge is sick too. And I think a little bit better looking than Armor Rouge. But I like both of them.
Yeah, I agree. So I got Kiki, no problem. Armor Rouge knows Dragon Pulse, which is really helpful against Dragonite. And then once I got Politoed out of there, like she was
that's
threat.
great.
Like it was no threat for her. So
the difference between Cyril Edge and Armor Rouge must be yours is special attack focused and mine's attack, I imagine.
I don't know. She just turns her little arms into cannons and shoots everything.
Right. That sounds like special attack to me.
Oh, yeah. She is special attack because she has Psyop. She has Psychic, too.
This is also my first team that is all attack focused. No special attack bias. And special attack, if you and the bug catchers have not picked up, special attack is definitely my predilection. I prefer it in general. So that was also why I was sort of like in a weird place on this playthrough. I'm not used to dealing with just attackers, but they are pretty fast for the most part.
Kieran,
which I love.
His attitude, I would say, after the battle has not gotten much better.
No.
He's still a brat. He's still having brat summer.
Yeah, he is having a brat summer for sure. He is brat.
Yeah.
Drayton, I think, really rubs it in his face. I can't remember what he said, but like Drayton and Kiki kind of clash.
Oh yeah, Drayton really gives him shit afterwards. He's like, "Hey, former champ, like, how's it feel to be the former champ?"
Yeah,
cuck. And it's like,
and Kiki's
just
like
lost,
kneeling on the ground with like his head in his hands, like devastated.
I'm like standing right here. It's weird. It's like now I get why no one likes you.
Yeah.
Luckily, I never have to speak to him again because I'm done with the Blueberry Academy.
Well,
what?
Yes, I guess so. We are done with the Blueberry Academy, but we have one final quest that we have to do as a result of Miss Breyer, the puppet master.
If I were a parent of a student at the Blueberry Academy, I feel like I would send a letter about Miss Breyer's attire because it feels inappropriate because she's mostly dressed like a professional, modern, like
girl boss,
professor.
Yeah.
Except then she puts like some S&M like latex bustier on over it.
Bustier.
And it's like I don't think you're allowed to wear the like S&M stuff on the outside. I think then it's like then maybe you're crossing a line, especially if you're maybe your professor.
I know, she's like the braless wonder.
I was upset about that.
It's Seinfeld. Wearing it on the outside, it's a menace. It's sort of a corset, I think is more accurate.
But it's like an S&M one. It's like latex.
Yeah, and it's black leather and all the buckles. Yeah, I see it. You're right. It is inappropriate.
Maybe that's fine here. I don't know. Maybe I'm being culturally insensitive.
Yeah, you're supposed to be honoring the culture. They thought that was your whole thing in Blueberry Academy.
I go to the hole because she's like, "Hey," and Kiki's there and Carmen.
Getting the gang back together.
They all show up and she's like, "I got this book and it tells me about the disc and we have the disc. It's indigo."
Yeah, and it is a physical disc, to circle back to our discussion from last week.
And all of these things point to us going to the bottom of Area 0, which we've already plumbed with the robot.
Plumb the depths.
Sexy robots.
The depths of hell. Yeah.
And we get down there and she's like, "Okay, it turns out there's more cave."
Right. Yeah. You can transfer yourself down to like the research station number 4. So it's pretty fast. But then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You have to just dive deeper into it.
Then you insert the disc into the slot and we're in the like true crystal caves underneath Area 0.
A secret hidden level.
So we're going into this thing. We're crossing chasms. We're dodging carbuncles or whatever they're called.
Carbinks. Yeah, and also, I thought it was outrageous that Diancie was not down here.
Oh, that's not the evolved Carbink, right?
Yeah, it's technically a separate Pokemon, but it's like the queen of the Carbink.
It looks like it is.
It's like a relative or whatever. Why wouldn't you put that thing down here?
Yeah, if there's anywhere that's going to be. Yeah.
Underutilized Diancie, I think. But yeah, this whole, it's just a cave system, very elaborate, crystals everywhere, Terra stuff everywhere. And we're trying to get to the bottom of it to find what the source of, like, you know, the origins of terrastellation are. And we have to just fight a bunch of freaky terraform Pokemon, I guess.
Yeah. So there's crystals growing up everywhere. And what we have to do is find a bunch of, in my case, Year Zero proto Pokemon who are Terra type. And they have a new type of Terra type called,
oh my god,
Stellar type.
Stellar type,
which is a new type altogether.
Still trying to wrap my head around it.
Whatever, 20th, 21st. How many types are there?
I don't know, 18? Am I right?
It's not a real type though. They're just whetting our type appetite.
18 is right. Yeah.
It only applies to, like, A, these like 4 Pokemon you find, and then B, the Pokemon at the bottom of this cave.
After this mission, there will be stellar Pokemon in the terrarium. But yeah, it's only here for now. And the concept of stellar type is, I believe, if I understand it correctly, which I'm not sure, that whenever the Pokemon uses a move, that one move, whatever the type is, will get like stab benefits, but only one time. So it's like a roulette, I think, of types. Is that right?
Moves of its Terra type get a power boost throughout the battle, but only once per type.
Yeah, I think I got it right.
No weaknesses, no immunities. And then you get 2 new Terra type moves that use Terra power.
So it makes them pretty tough. I mean, the Pokemon leading up to Terrapagos are not super tough, but when we get to the final battle, I think it's quite good. Stellar type.
So yes, it's like a Sandy Shocks and a Primal Scream and like whatever for me.
Scream. Yeah. Iron Thorns.
And you beat them, the crystals melt for some reason. And then you're in the like core of the crystal cave, and there's a new little guy down here, and he's called Terrapagos.
And he's also called Joshy's Sweetie.
So interesting. What an interesting thing to say.
Well,
let's talk about it.
How could you not like this little sweetie turtle?
I think maybe I do like it a little bit, but then I don't like it at all. I think I like it when here's what I like about it. I like it when it's a little turtle.
It's like some fucking My Little Pony shit.
I think it's very cute when it's a little turtle.
Okay.
That's cute. And it's like a little crystal. He's like a little puppy.
Crystal shell. Doe eyes.
And when you terrestrialize him, he turns into this like armless like sea turtle that's like less cute. And
I still like that one
just
also.
Sort of a like,
terrestrial form.
Looks like a CD.
It's still got the eyes. It's got a cool shell. I think it's a cool look.
And then when he's in his super Terra form, which is boss mode.
Stellar form, yeah. Not good.
Then he's like a mess because he's on like a half globe, but he's surrounded by like all the elemental gems, and he's also
there's a little version of his
the little sea turtle, but then there's a little tiny version of him
on top of him. Yeah, no, the stellar form is a total mess. I agree with that.
I think it's just a mess. I think the whole thing is like a half-baked mess. I think this whole game is a half-baked mess, and it culminates in this like
it's a metaphor.
Half-baked mess of a DLC, and this half-baked mess of a Pokemon, and it's a half-baked mess of a type. That like I played a lot of this game this week. I still don't know what this Terra type is.
Yeah, it's very hard to understand. I guess on the competitive side, I presume that Stellar type must be like banned. I mean, this is crazy how this functions. It made the battle insane. You have to Kiki is still hellbent on beating us. And he runs up and throws a Master Ball at the normal Terrapagos form.
Oh, yeah.
And then forces us to fight it, which is an easy fight. And then Miss Briar is like, that's not right. Like, it should be much more powerful. And
I think it's just allowed.
What is?
Formats. Monotype, Battle Stadium singles. There's whole strategies about Stellar type Terrapagos.
Interesting. Okay. That just seems like so imbalanced to me. Because this battle was imbalanced. First of all, we don't really have any idea how stellar form works when we go into it. And then our allies are totally useless. After Miss Briar forces Kiki to terrestrialize it, then it goes berserk, and then you have to fight it.
Kiki's got it in a Master Ball. It terrestrializes, goes like mega bazonkers, and then Kiki tries to catch it again, and it blows up his Master Ball, which is cool.
Yeah.
And then I had to go in and like mop up, and first Carmine joins you with her Sinistra.
Which was pretty fun because it has all these moves where it's like constantly its ability constantly gives you tea.
Yeah, it's like healing.
To like heal your Pokemon.
Which is really nice, but I had to keep it alive. So I like wasted a bunch of time like keeping it alive before I realized like this thing's just like gotta die.
Yeah. I got destroyed on the first one, and then I had to change some of my move sets in order to actually pull off this fight.
Yeah. This whole time, Stellar Terrapagos is putting up these shells that are just like you cannot bust through them unless you terrestrialize.
Right.
You're in a Terra Crystal Cave, so as long as you keep doing normal attacks, your Terra Orb will recharge, which is great because every time you knock out this dude's shield, he will suck up your terrestrialization and put your Pokemon back into normal mode and make himself a new shield. And he does that like 4 times.
3 or 4 times, yeah.
And the first time you have Carmine, but then she eats it.
Yeah, quickly.
Second time you're on your own, and it's like not easy.
No, it was brutal.
And then finally everyone's like screaming at Kieran to help.
Kiki, you nut up or shut up.
He's got like 6 Pokemon with him.
Yeah.
So he finally jumps in and helps out. And then it got much easier after that point. Because he had like Hydrapple was great. He put in
Incineroar, Poliwrath.
Yeah. So that was a much easier fight. And then once Terrapagos Stellar was knocked out, I just threw a ball at it and caught it.
Yeah, catch it.
And that was the treasure.
Yeah, that's the hidden treasure.
And then Kieran apologizes finally, and he's like, all right, well.
Maybe I should like not focus only on trying to destroy you.
Yeah.
Get back to basics.
Yeah. Get back together. I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah, we're never getting back together.
Taylor Swift.
And I think that I would not want to get back together with Miss Briar either, because she immediately capitalizes on
she's sort of a maniac.
The celebrity of this, and she writes a book about the whole journey.
She recognizes that she's a maniac in the cave, and then she goes and like writes a book about it, and it's like, you didn't learn anything in that cave.
And she changes all the names too. So none of us even gets credit for this.
Oh, yeah.
And she acts as though like she's doing that for our benefit. And it's like, what? Why wouldn't I want some of this fame?
Oh, yeah.
Don Joey is seeking fame and fortune.
So I guess we're done in Blueberry Academy.
Yeah, they add a couple of things, like you can bring gym leaders from Paldea over here and rematch them, which I did once with Rhyme, obviously. And they have level 80 Pokemon. And she gave me, after I beat her, she gave me these cool shoes that were made out of like Pokemon bones.
She's my favorite.
Easily.
And I said that to the head of the school.
Oh yeah, Gita.
At the final academy exam.
Me too.
You know what I realized about Rhyme this week? I like Rhyme's hair in the front. It's a skeleton arm, which I didn't notice before this week.
Oh shit, you're right.
Her hair coming out of the front of her hat is a skeleton arm.
I didn't put that together either. That's sick.
She's the best.
She just gets better and better.
Okay, so where are we now? We've got our little crystal puppy Pokemon in hand, and we're headed back to Kitakami for some reason. Why? Don't know. Someone told me to.
Yeah, like Briar, I think, alludes to something about the crystal pool. I don't even know.
It was Briar. She's like, now in the Blueberry Academy, in the Terra Dome, there is stellar type wild Pokemon you can catch with the stellar Terra type.
Oh, yeah.
And that's because they've been feeding, like, crystals from this cave and waters from the crystal pool and like something else from somewhere else into the dome at the top.
Right.
And it's like making everything better.
And you also get an upgrade where Miraidon or Koraidon can fly now. And I found out, shout out to Pokemon Crossroads for giving me the tip that you can fly all the way to the top of that disco ball, like the Terra Orb in the terrarium. And it's got 3 items on it, which includes an ability patch, a gold bottle cap, and then 50 stellar Terra shards.
I had to work for my gold bottle cap the hard way.
But that's kind of just like, a freebie. But the first epilogue for the Indigo Disc is flying to the crystal pool with Terrapagos in your party. And it's very confusing.
They just give you a cutscene. It's a confusing cutscene.
The Terapagos like projects Professor Turo, or
no, she's here. They were here, it seemed like. I don't know. It's like Terapagos has mystical time travel powers, I guess, because they like create a summoning mist in the pool, crystal pool, and out steps the sexy AI robot, except it's not them. It's the real one from before they even like create the time machine.
Yeah.
You can ask them 3 questions, none of them relevant.
Not useful.
And you can't warn them. You can't say, hey, you should just stay here and be with your son. He's alone now because you die. You and his father both die on the same day.
And they're like upset if you ask them about like, what about your family? Don't you care? And they're like, who?
And at the end, they just like disappear back into the mist.
Well, they take the book. This is my main complaint about this epilogue is that the professor will demand the book that Briar wrote about the Underdepths, which is where Terapagos was. And you trade them for the Violet or Scarlet book. But isn't this like a pretty damning butterfly effect? Like, we're giving this past or future professor this book that confirms the existence of Terapagos and like enables terraforms in a different timeline. Like,
I don't know.
Wouldn't this have devastating consequences?
Also, can't we just tell her not to go die in a lab collapse somewhere?
Right. Yeah. Why wouldn't we do that? That would be number one.
That's what I'm worried about.
How about I don't ask you some questions and I just tell you, like,
what about Arven?
How about, do you want to die?
Here's how you're going to die.
Here's how to prevent that.
I don't know if it's going to create some kind of final destination situation if you try to avoid it, but like, I feel like morally, I have to at least tell you, you and your husband are going to die on the same day and you're going to leave your Stranger Things season 3 boy behind.
Yeah.
And he's going to become a real pain in my ass. That's not true. We're good friends.
I know that the Pokemon timeline is never officially delineated, but like this really needlessly complicates it, where what happens based on this professor having that book. And then also, like, why did I see trainers who had Cleavor and Bascu Legion? And then we know about this Blood Moon Ursaluna quest that we didn't have time to do because we can't catch all those Pokemon and get the podcast out. But, like, how are there Hisuian Pokemon here? Like, is this also the time machine implications? All of it is, like...
It's just a mess.
Pointless. I mean, it's just so confusing. I don't...
It's fine.
Yeah.
We did it.
We did it,
and we didn't tell Arwen. Honestly, what kind of confused things more for my file is then I went back to the academy and did a lot of the stuff I had been neglecting to do, like go to any class. And in fact, I actually went to every class in order back to back.
I can't believe that. At Naranja,
I
did not complete all my classes, so respete.
I did every single one of them to midterms, and then I, from there, went and did every single one of them individually through the finals.
And what did you find?
Absolutely nothing.
What was your reward?
Oh, I thought I had to do it to get the whole star team thing, so I just did it.
No.
Well, I did the work. I went to every class, they graduated me, and then I ran into Penny.
Yeah.
After this break. I thought,
hello,
Joshua, hello, welcome back, Bucketcher, welcome back, Joshua, that when I ran into Penny, it was a product of my hard work and dedication to academics. But apparently you got to talk to her too.
Yeah, they don't advertise that there is also a Team Star epilogue, but basically Penny and the other ones are like hanging out because they're reintegrating with the academy.
Yeah.
And you can talk to Penny in the lobby as well as
Giacomo,
the other ones, Ortega and Atticus, and
so you're trying to find Penny in all the rooms, and you're watching these situations where Penny thinks that her friends are really going to stick their foot in it.
Yeah,
because they're all still dressed like clowns, and they're like yelling in the entry halls and claiming that they're going to raid the art room and stuff.
Yeah,
but they're really just trying to like make friends.
And Atticus is like going to the school store and is like, "Greetings, my good shopkeep." And like Penny's like, "These people are freaks. Like, I don't think they can pull this off," but they all actually get along pretty well.
We had time for affinity check because I would be or a Rule 34 check because Atticus.
Oh yeah, Rule 34 for sure.
He took down that hood this week. Yeah. Handsome guy.
Atticus is a hachimachi.
Even Penny was like, Jesus Christ, did you see how handsome Atticus was?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, man.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. I thought that this Team Star thing was pretty charming.
They all decide that they need to kind of integrate more. We run into Giacomo and Eri.
Yeah, the Infernal Eri.
Out of costume, and they look a lot better. Everyone's looking a lot more cleaned up.
Yeah, they put on Academy-appropriate clothing. And then the main part of it is that a couple of them are struggling. I think it's like Ortega and Atticus and
they're all struggling.
Mila, maybe. And you have to like tutor them so that they can pass.
We're their tutor. So we go to class. They're all dressed normal. We have to go find Melly. She's like off in a field somewhere. She's the fire type. But then we just have to do like tutoring and have to like go individually to each of them and like answer a simple question about Pokemon. Mostly. It's
pretty easy. It's a lot of dialogue, but like honestly, I was not bothered by this one. I thought it was pretty cute. You get to go to like Penny's room.
Yeah.
She's got all of her like EVs, or she calls them VVs in there.
Oh yeah, Penny was also coming on to me. She's like, no one ever comes to my room.
Yeah. Nimona is thrown back in. She's just basically, her side plot is she goes around harassing students, trying to get them to battle her. She calls her room Zona Nimona, which was also kind of sweet. Arven is training to become a chef, which makes sense.
That was confusing when Arven was like, I'm leaving now, goodbye. And then I started going to class every day and he was always in class. It's like, I thought you were leaving, Arven.
Right. It's fun. I liked it. You get an Hasta La Vista emote also.
Yeah.
Atticus opens up a stall in Porto Marinata after this.
Oh, that's cute.
And you can buy some like real good clothes.
Oh, can I do my sweetie?
I got replica dragon gloves, which were sick.
I saw my sweetie in class.
Oh, who was it?
When I was in art class, Professor Gibble.
Professor Geibel?
If you go to art class a lot.
Oh, I did not. Yeah.
The art teacher, who's the worst teacher, aesthetically and personality-wise.
I do agree with that, yeah.
Often invites a little Pokemon to help be a professor, to teach about like Terra types. And one of the professors was Professor Gibble. He was very cute. Geibel. Gibble?
I think it's Geibel, but who are we to say? We've never really gotten that right. Pronunciations.
So then, yeah, I got all these kids back on the straight and narrow. Once again, like a champion of the people, Esteban Humano, helping them find their voice, helping them find their communities.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't do, Joshua, was the Mochi Mayhem. You sent me a video about this new evil berry mochi Pokemon who
Pecharunt
makes juice and tricks an old couple into eating its poison berry juice and mind controlling them like zombies.
Yeah. Pretty twisted.
It gets in a tussle with Ogerpon. My Ogerpon? I don't think so.
It's got to be the same
But
one.
It gets into a tussle with Ogerpon and the 3 awful Kitakami Pokemon. And then apparently it's my job to go find it. I elected not to. Well, I tried to. I just ran out of time.
Yeah, you couldn't fit it in. It's again, I thought this quest was pretty charming. It's called Mochi Mayhem, and it is triggered by getting a mystery gift after you've done all these other things. Like you have to do the Academy Ace tournament as well. And it's a mystery gift.
Oh, which I did, by the way. No problem.
Oh, nicely done.
Yeah.
Finally.
It turns out when you're level like 95 across the board, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, at this point. You get a mythical Pecha berry. I found out I've been mispronouncing that for my whole life. Not Pekka, Pecha. So it's the final epilogue, I think, for Scarlet and Violet, technically. And you kind of get the gang back together for like a trip to Kitakami.
It was specifically a Teal Mask DLC.
Oh, okay.
It's like, here's the final part of the Teal Mask DLC. It's like, well, okay. We're going back to Kitakami, huh? Okay.
Yeah, you go back and without the video. So there is a video that Pokemon Company put out that's like 5 minutes long, and it explains who this Pecharunt is, this mythical Pokemon, which is the one who like enslaved the Loyal 3, aka Disloyal 3, and like corrupted them with its poison berries.
It's a mean little seed.
That's what led them down the path of then like harassing Ogerpon, because it dispatched them based on like these old bags who like wanted the masks. It's pretty dark. The quest itself is funny. Everyone starts eating the mochi, and then they just start dancing crazily and going mochi, 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 mochi. And then you fight a few people as you're like chasing down Nimona.
Nimona's under its influence?
Nimona's under its spell. and you have to go find her, and you basically just run about, Mosui Town and Kitakami Hall, and you just do some battles. It's funny. It's sort of like wraps it up that it's like, get the gang back together. And
can you catch this thing?
Yeah, you catch it at the end.
Poison Ghost.
I wouldn't.
It's not
use it.
Attractive.
I don't really like the look of it. No,
it's like an ugly little poison radish inside of a shell. Yeah, I don't know. I've fucked with poison before.
Its ability, Poison Puppeteer, is great. It's like if it poisons you, then you get confused as well.
Ooh, I like that. Not a guy, not something Esteban Humano would be interested in.
No.
Anything else, Joshua? We did our battle. You absolutely destroyed me.
Yes.
Good job.
The champion of experience share. First season, I think, where I won every battle, actually.
Yeah.
I just want to address one other topic while we're here on this finale.
What?
I watched 13 Ghosts this week.
Oh, God. You sent me a message saying you're going to watch 13 Ghosts, and the jealousy I felt in my soul that you get to experience it with virgin eyes.
And you like this film?
Did you explore any of the, cloud of transmedia that came out around it with, the character backgrounds and the sketches and all that kind of stuff?
What?
Did you get into any of that? Explains who the 13 Ghosts are, their backgrounds, why is that guy who's a torso in a sack just a torso in a sack?
Okay,
right?
Well, that's a great...
You gotta be curious.
So there's a whole other extended universe, because that was my main complaint. It was what could have possibly happened to all of these ghosts to make them look like that when they died?
Wouldn't you love to know?
The guy who's just got a bunch of railroad nails all over his fucking body.
Oh yeah, that guy's fucked up. Yeah.
Well, what's the setup here?
You'd have to explore some of the media that came out around the same time. I can't remember exactly what all of it was. I think it was webcomics.
I guess you'll have to send me some literature. Okay.
It was 1999 or whatever. It was a little...
Though they really went all in on this.
It was before this kind of stuff was really big. Hell of a film.
The big adult baby one with the bib with the barf all over it, and his old tiny mom.
So bothersome. Yeah. Grotesque.
Also, just
that was a Rob Zombie music
all
video.
All of the sound effects and the constant shifting scenes. It's a very overwhelming film, and I did not think it was that great.
Guy gets chopped in half at one point. Does,
the
slide.
One of the best lines is the nanny who's which I also don't understand why Tony Shalhoub is paying for this nanny when he's broke.
Oh, I think
but she's is that half the lawyer after he gets chopped in half by a glass door?
Is the nanny the hot woman from American Pie?
I don't know.
Is that who it was? Is that what I'm remembering? Who's in 13 Ghosts? The one who's on the webcam.
Also, the spelling with the 13 number in
so 2001.
13, so bad.
Yeah, Shannon Elizabeth, Matthew Lillard. God, what a film! I can't believe you didn't like it. What a mistake you've made.
Look, I did it to honor our friendship.
I think it was a love letter to 2001.
I think that's right. That's a charitable way.
Other than 9/11.
Yeah.
This is what 2001 will be remembered for. 13 Ghosts.
Yeah. Well, that's 13 Ghosts, and that is Scarlet and Violet.
And that's Pokemon Experience Share, a Pokemon podcast, too.
That is Experience Share, a Pokemon podcast.
We have played through every single Pokemon game, gym by gym, week by week. We have wrapped it up.
All 9 generations so far.
We will be back, I think.
Yes.
We have to discuss it and figure it out a little bit, but I think we're going to be back when the next game comes out. Maybe we'll try to have some fun between then and now, but it'll be fun to play along with all of the bug catchers for once.
Yeah, bug catchers. It has been a very fun, wild ride to do all of these games almost in 5 years. We're almost at the 5-year mark.
That's how long it takes.
And we will come back for new games. We can't guarantee if and when we will do some other older games and other Pokemon content in general.
Yeah.
But we got to take a little bit of a break.
Yeah, we're going to take a breather, wait for them to make us some more content. Hopefully it's a good one like Arceus and not a bad one like Violet.
Yeah,
Scarlet.
Legends ZA. We'll see if they really set the whole thing in the city. Could be, I don't know. It could go either way. But I do look forward to that. The Legends spin-off is some of the best stuff they've done in years, which is not what I would say about Scarlet and Violet.
I will say this. Miles has recently grown an interest in Pokemon, and I got him going on Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu. I forgot how much of a mess that game is. I like handed him the controller. I was like so excited, and then it's like, actually, you can't play with that controller. And I was like, all right. Oh,
if it did not make you catch Pokemon with the Go mechanic, I think it would have been a lot better. Like the animation is pretty nice.
I gave him the Pokeball. I was like, play it with this. He's like, okay. He likes it. All right, Joshua.
That has been our experience share.
Our experience has been shared. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Bug Catchers, for joining us this week. Thank you, as always, for joining us. We'll see you again soon. We'll make announcements. We'll let everyone know when we're coming back to play something again.
And it will either drop in this feed, or you can just follow us on our social channels for updates.
Yeah. In the meantime, just follow us. I'm usually at Tanner.Greenring or just Greenring, at Greenring everywhere.
And I'm at Josh Fjellstad.
You can follow EXP Share Pod on Twitter, Instagram, X, everywhere. I guess by the time this next game comes out, X.com will definitely not, Twitter.com and X.com will definitely not exist, so we probably won't be there anymore.
It'll probably be bought out by someone else and go back to Twitter, hopefully, by then.
But we'll be on all the cool new ones that President Kamala invents. Or whatever.
Let's hope so.
All right, Joshua, that's it for us. Thank you for joining us.
That is it.
Goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen.
Alola.
Konbanwa. Hasta la vista.
Bottom of the episode to you.
Bottom of the episode to you. And
smell you later. And I guess smell you much later.
Yeah, smell you one day again.
Yeah, we'll be back to smell.
Yeah. All right, bye, Bug Catchers.